Ukrainians did it again. Remember that one time it was really fun when Ukrainians attacked a Russian ship with the drones in the Black Sea? Sea drones, marine drones. Well, it happened again. Russians have this intelligence ship called Khurs, and Russian Ministry of Defense came out with a video claiming that they destroyed all 3 marine drones that Ukraine sent, and they even released this video of shooting at one of the drones and then the drone exploding. But the thing is, if you look closely, that's not a drone, that's a motorboat. And if I dig a little bit deeper, that's actually a Somali motorboat, and it's not even a Russian video. They might have destroyed some drones, but this is not the video when it happens. This is a fake one. And after this video came out, Ukrainians released a video, and it's much more beautiful. We have to watch it. I'm already loving it. Look at it. Oh, it's so good. I wish they would release... See, they're shooting it with the machine guns. Okay, it's so close now. And bada boom! And from this moment on, I guess the sailors on Khurs were smoking very carelessly. Boom! But look, this is the nose of the drone. This gives us an idea of which kind of a drone was it. I guess it could have been the same one they used last time, because it also had such a pointy nose and it looked like a ship. Because if you look at this photo, these are the new TLK-150, for example. It doesn't have this pointy nose. It is a killer drone series. Ukraine has smaller ones, bigger ones. They have insane range, but I don't think they use these ones. They definitely didn't use the TLK-150, but it could have been the 2nd generation one with the pointy nose. Or even the 1st generation one. Of course, the Russian Ministry of Defense claimed that the ship was not hurt at all, but then we get a video from a nearby location at the same time, smoke rising. And where does the smoke come from? Of course, when a lot of people smoke carelessly at the same time, so I think it got hurt a little bit, a teeny tiny bit. On this photo you can see the approximate location of the Khurs at the time of the attack, and it's mind-bogglingly far away from the closest Ukrainian port. We're talking about 400 kilometers. This makes this attack even more amazing, that Ukrainian drones could travel 400 kilometers. It's close to the Turkish Strait, actually. And as you could see, the camera feed was also very good. I mean, if you look at those first-person view drones that drive straight into the trucks or tanks, these have only pixels, and the Ukrainian drone operators are still able to use them like snipers. This picture here, compared to those first-person drones, this is like crisp 4K for me. Igor Kirkin, for example, claims that Khurs was towed away from the location, meaning that its propellant system got hurt, which is really bad. Perhaps Khurs wanted to go and visit Moscow in the depths, you know, go and visit his old friend, but he was towed away, so he couldn't do it. But if that is true, then Khurs would be knocked out of battle to the remainder of this war, because repairing ships takes time, and especially if you're Russia, repairing ships takes forever. Take their only aircraft carrier, for example, Admiral Kuznetsov. This ship has been in repairs for 30 years, I think, for the whole of its lifetime. And still no ending in sight. Now Russians released this video claiming that Khurs already made it back to Sevastopol in one piece, no towing ship needed, but we cannot prove that this video was made after the attack. It could have been made before. Actually, I cannot prove anything here, but I'm eager to read your analysis in the comments below. Internet security is one of the most important things right now. Everyone should be able to protect their data and be notified when their security is breached. This is where Guardio can help. Guardio develops solutions to help combat new threats, create highly secure environment, and improve users' online experience. The Guardio browser extension protects users as they browse online and offers identity monitoring available on any device. Guardio has a very impressive features list, like phishing protection and harmful site block. These sites are mostly encountered when clicking on unknown links and emails, social media scams, pop-ups, and ads. Unlike other products which rely solely on blacklists, Guardio's security team develops in-house features to increase the detection of phishing, tech support scams, crypto scams, RAT scams, shopping scams, and more. If a stealer gets on your computer, it will bypass all 2FAs and take over your social accounts. This is where dangerous download block comes comes in handy. Viruses and hijackers are often bundled in legit-looking downloads like game mods, software updates, movies and more. Guardio will make sure to block these downloads. You can scan your browser for threats for free by visiting guardio.io/Artur and installing the extension, and you'll get a 7-day free trial to the premium features such as real-time threat removal. So if you want a clean and secure browsing experience, again go to guard.io/Artur. Link in the description and check out their affordable premium plan for full protection. You're going to love this one. This is some high-level clownery going on. 8:45 a.m. 6 HIMARS missiles reached the Donetsk Research Center. This research center was used by the Russians as a military base. It went kaboom, kaboom, haywire to the moon. 9 a.m. Russian media outlet Rusnia publishes photos and videos of the destruction of the location. Immediately they rushed in to get content, because they need content, and they published it. Ukrainian fire guards were of course watching the content, the photos and the videos, and they sent another 5 missiles their way. An hour later, 10 a.m. another 5 missiles hit the research center, but now with the fixed coordinates thanks to the Russian media content provided. It was like a fire correcting content straight to the Ukrainian fire guards. And the missiles arrived exactly in the middle of an interview. It is priceless. For Ukrainian fire missions, you don't even need drones anymore. You just shoot around the object, Russian media publishes everything immediately, and then from that media content, you direct your fire forward from there. I'm guessing these media outlet operators will be arrested for treason in Russia. They helped coordinate some Ukrainian fire. We have so much more careless smoking going on in Russia today. Incredibly, a lot. Russia should make a campaign against smoking, because careless smoking kills. What do we have here? A Russian city of Krasnodar. Where is it? Well, it's far. It's far. This is Mariupol, this is Krasnodar. Let's measure some distances. To Zaporozhye and the front line, it's about almost 400 kilometers away, and this city was exploding like hell tonight. All of this footage and videos come from Krasnodar. This war has spread already on the 400-kilometer radius, just like that. No areas here. It's halfway to Moscow almost. No areas within this radius are safe. Even outside of this radius, because Ukraine has crazy drones that fly far away. As you can see, Krasnodar is a big city, one of the biggest in the area actually. And it's the first big city to come if you cross the Khurs bridge, and then the first big city is Krasnodar. Novorossiysk of course also. With these attacks, Ukrainians are grabbing initiative to their hands, because all of the people, including me, the military bloggers, will be talking about these attacks, giving credit to the Ukrainians and their far-reaching drones, taking initiative away from the Russians, making Russia the reactive side of this war. And war is all about initiative. Who acts, who reacts. This is changing right now. But this is not it. This is Krasnodar, but we go here and we swim over the lake and boom, here is Berdiansk. There was a lot of careless smoking going on around Berdiansk also. Now, Berdiansk is a Ukrainian city occupied by the Russians, and it is one of the biggest ports, actively used ports occupied by the Russians. When Berdiansk was occupied, a lot of the equipment and grain and metal that was stolen from Ukraine to Russia was loaded from Berdiansk ports to Russian ships. And it exploded very heavily in this city tonight. Look out, Russians, there's no safe place to sleep on the Ukrainian soil for you. But now, Russian fears are becoming a reality, because the Ukrainians have built a Terminator. Well, not exactly, but it looks cool as hell. This is a machine gun remotely controlled. It's nothing new. Ukrainian made and designed BTR-4s have a remote controlled machine gun on top of it. But this one is lighter, and it could be put on the trench sides on the front lines, and I can see a use for it. Unfortunately, it is very easy to knock out with a grenade, RPG or artillery, but if Russians only use meat like they like to do, this is perfect against meat. Since Prigozhin has promised to pull out Wagner from the war zone and go back to Africa, I think we're gonna miss the guy. The end of May is approaching, and that was his promise, by the end of May. So we're gonna watch as many of his videos as possible, because in June we might not even see him anymore. He might be sunbathing in Africa. In this video we can see Prigozhin visiting the headquarters of Wagner. I'm already laughing if I see the first image. Video is translated by Dmitry, aka Word Translated. His link is in the description below. Run, Prigozhin, run! Of course, Wagner headquarters in Ukraine. I mean, if this location would be pinned, I mean, Ukrainian fire guards watching this video, if they again geolocated, HIMARS will be visiting Saint HIMARS.
Сигареты бесплатно. Кури не хочу.
He brought them cigarettes. He brought everybody cigarettes because Santa Claus arrived, you know, the big boss arrived. Take cigarettes, everybody. I would advise against it. You know what happens when you smoke carelessly. I guess Prigozhin doesn't know.
Что, пацаны, не ждали? Сколько человек у вас здесь проживает?
Здесь 19.
Нормально?
Да, нормально.
Хватает места, да?
Еще место есть.
Ага. Спокойно, безопасно. Сейчас, когда дроны в Белгород полетят, всякие ракеты, да, а потом в Москву, здесь будет вообще самое...
See, after he pulled out his troops from Bakhmut, they're already resting in the rear, regrouping, reforming. His talk has changed a lot. Now he speaks that the attacks against Belgorod and Moscow are like normalcy. Before he couldn't say this. In the last video he gave credit to Ukrainian army as the best army in the world. I guess he will be going to Africa. He doesn't have to worry about Shoigu and Gerasimov anymore. He can be free and talk whatever he wants to talk. And recently Ukrainian secret services announced that he is on top of their kill list with Vladimir Putin. So I'm sure he wants to get out of Ukraine as fast as possible. Ukraine doesn't like him. Shoigu, Gerasimov doesn't like him. I'm not sure if Putin likes him. I'm not sure even if these guys like him. Look at the faces. I mean, they're not happy to see the Santa Claus. Or maybe they're hangover. Who knows?
Ну ладно, пойдем дальше посмотрим.
Надо были
Все,
видеть вас.
счастливо, удачи.
Udach. Next one. Hole on the ground.
Ага.
What is this, a sauna? Is it a sauna? No, it's a sleeping quarters. But this is really good. If you get this on the front lines, you're sleeping like a king, honestly. Mostly they sleep in the mud and rain and outside. This is heavenly, honestly. Commander space, yeah.
И окно с видом. Все по красоте, да?
Yeah, it's really good.
Да. И самое главное, деньги не пилятся. Это все, это скромный хуй.
And the most important thing, money is not being stolen. All modest, only what is coming out of Prigozhin's mouth. I mean, the way this guy got rich was stealing. Everything he has done in his life was stealing. Not like a small crook, but in big time, big way, stealing from the Russian people, stealing from the people from these countries that his soldiers are in, because they take what they want. I'm gonna miss him. He's peak entertainment, honestly. This guy is content. When he leaves, I don't know what... I'm gonna watch Lukashenko then.
Все, что надо. 2 комнаты для личного состава. Все. Вот штаб ЧВК «Вагнер». В аналогичных структурах эта история размером несколько тысяч квадратных метров.
Да.
I wasn't really impressed. I mean, of course you're not supposed to be impressed about the living quarters of the men, but if this was the headquarters, I would have expected something bigger, some more guys, some action going on. There was nothing going on. There was some hangover dudes and then empty rooms. So it's a week of a propaganda video from me. We have one more from Prigozhin. He claims only 2 of the Wagner fighters will be in Ukraine. Let's see who will be those heroes.
И 2 человека, которых мы оставляем военных. Подойдите ко мне, парни.
Oh no.
Бибер и Долик. Вот это Бибер, вот
Bieber и Dolin. So bad. Oh, watch out, Ukraine. You got Bieber и Dolin against you.
это Долик. Поэтому, как только военным будет трудно, то они встанут
He's such a
и
memer,
прекратят
honestly.
путь украинской армии. Парни, не обижайте военных. Ладно?
Хорошо.
Все. Если что, они вместе с ними.
If the Ukrainian army approaches, you stop them. They're like, no, ладно, хорошо. Yes, as whatever you say, Supreme Commander Santa Claus. Oh my god, Bieber and Dolin. I hope they will create as good content as Prigozhin did. My friends, I've always liked the look of this German anti-air gun Gepard. with their dual cannons. It looks so cool. I really like the look, and if I see some videos of them shooting, honestly looks amazing. You can also use it against ground targets very effectively, you know, because of the big caliber. But Dimitri has translated for us a video that shows the crew of one of those Gepard AA systems, which is doing God's work, because Shahed Iranian drones are very slow and they're very loud. So taking them down with small arms fire or Gepard is perfect actually, because it's cheap. If you use a Patriot against it, it's almost a Russian victory, because Patriot is so expensive to shoot. So these guys, we're gonna watch how they do God's work.
Екіпаж даної машини навчався близько 1,5 місяця в Німеччині. Безпосередньо навчали німецькі інструктора нас для ефективної роботи. А взагалі дана зенітно-самохідна установка «Гепард», вона доволі таки ефективна проти повітряних цілей. Завдяки своїй комп'ютерній системі вона знижує вплив людського фактору, тобто вона допомагає оператору і командиру.
Okay, here's a question for you, and forgive me if I don't know this, maybe I should. Is Gepard shooting ammunition that is used like a bullet, you know, shoot through the drone, or is it like a flak gun that explodes in the air, propelling shrapnel to destroy like one area in the air? Shrapnel goes all over the place and the drone will get hit because there's so much shrapnel. Because if it just shoots through the drone, you gotta be quite precise with it, right? Well, I guess that's why it's effective. The computers do the work for the men.
На рахунку мого
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6
повітряних цілей, з них 4 – це дрон камікадзе «Шахід» 136 і 2 крилаті ракети. Це відчуття не передати словами, це потрібно, щоб кожен військовослужбовець, в нього свої відчуття, він їх передати не зможе, але це, знаєте, якщо так в загальному сказати, це відчуття наближення до перемоги. Бо ми думаємо, що ми собі представляємо, якщо ми знищуємо цілі, знищуємо повітряного противника, значить у нашого ворога їх менше, і він вже думає про те, що...
Honestly, I just love the way how these barrels look like, so cool. Yeah, put it in the comments if you know like the exact work process of this weapon system. Put it in the comments, I would love to read it.
Він програє. Тому от в нас відчуття маленької перемоги, яка в результаті потім приближує нас до великої перемоги. Саме головне, хочу побажати всім військовослужбовцям і всім героям, які зараз захищають нашу батьківщину, щоб вони якнайшвидше повернулися додому живі і здорові.
In the last video, my friends, I had run out of new patrons, so I had to take some old patrons. But now, after the last one, you guys really wanted me to butcher some of your names, so we have exactly 5 new patrons, tier 10 and above, and I'm gonna kill their names with my Estonian pronunciation. If you want me to do that for your name, then become tier 10 and above patron. Link is in the description below. Let's go, my friends. Kati Exo, Austin. Come on, give me something more difficult. Robert William Smith-Kline. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Lukon Dex. Peter Edgar. Thank you to these patrons. Each and every one of you makes my life easier. I also have a Twitter account where 3 times a day you will get the most important news about Ukraine in a very compact manner, so links in the description below. If you want to keep an eye on what I'm doing daily, some videos, some photos of, for example, I'm doing a weapons license right now, me shooting in the range, Instagram is perfect for that, link is in the description below. And as always, my friends, until my next video, Slava Ukraini.